My name is Imroze, and I'm an assistant professor of biology at Ashoka University. I'm also a DBT Wellcome Trust Intermediate Fellow since January 2021. My lab at Ashoka University is interested into understanding the evolution of host pathogen interactions, spread of disease in a population, tracking how host immunity might evolve or how pathogens can respond to such host evolution, and finally tracing the genetical basis of adaptation during evolution with pathogens. So the most exciting part, if I want to summarize, is that we can reconstruct the entire evolutionary process in the lab and prepare the stage for natural selection to operate as it happens, using a powerful combination of experimental evolution and genomics with insect models such as fruit flies and flower beetles and the natural pathogens. So to be honest, I'm quite amazed by the advancement in our understanding of the molecular and cellular basis of host pathogen interactions and immunological responses in the last 100 years. Surely we have come a long way indeed from the first Nobel Prize that had been awarded to Elie Mechnikov, who also happened to be a developmental embryologist under the strong influence of Charles Darwin and pursued evolutionary research using comparative approaches. So following this early trails of early liaison between rise of immunology and evolutionary thoughts, I feel some of the fundamental questions, they are still largely unexplored and they need more attention, such as why are immune responses shaped the way they are, or how did we calibrate or optimize our immune strategies to our current state. These are very complex evolutionary questions, and I feel very excited to take up the challenge of tackling some of these fundamental questions. So to summarize quickly, the reactions and the responses can be fairly complicated. And although traditionally speaking, understanding of infection responses can include a series of chemical reactions involving immune cells and molecules, but the causes and consequences can transcend into multiple levels, ranging from changes in behavior, interaction with metabolism and energetic constraints, cost of immunity, life history trade-offs, population history, and demographic features. For example, if you can think, the populations with access to more food and nutrition might still be able to withstand the effects of infection more efficiently without even directly engaging into the killing pathogens by immune resistance, which kind of helps them to minimize the side effects of immune reactions. So in a nutshell, it is complex, multifactorial, and it needs to be optimized at the level of system. It has to be optimized at the system level and perhaps beyond, which includes interaction between cells, molecules, and the organism itself, the populations, and of course its environment. Since pathogens are widespread, our immune system is continuously exposed or interacting with them. So this inevitably creates a strong evolutionary pressure on our immune system to select an effective immune response to control the pathogen growth and the effects of infection so that the health can be maintained. However, we must acknowledge that immune responses also need to be balanced because their overexpression or overreactivity can increase the energetic burden on the organism, and most importantly, it can also become toxic to the organism. So evolution and natural selection therefore favor variants which possess balance and yet effective immunity to produce optimal response against infection. So where benefits of immune defense are more than its costs, such as immunopathology suffered or resources spent. So although separate studies have addressed the issues of pathogen resistance evolution, physiological cost of inflammation, DNA damage and mutations causing various diseases and illnesses, rarely these phenomena have been linked together from an ultimate evolutionary perspective. Also, what are their impacts across populations to molecules? In addition, since generation of mutations and inflammation are causally connected, tracing these connections might tell us about the evolutionary trajectory of immunity and pathogen resistance against future infection. Also, we look forward to tracing the origin and evolution of harmful mutations which might cause genetic diseases and health hazards in the context of inflammatory diseases. So given the fundamental importance of these problems to all living organisms, I feel the results of these studies are going to be broadly applicable across species. So not that I have anything in particular, but I can talk about my own understanding. So I feel finding an original question, philosophy, or intellectual destination closer to your heart is the most important thing for any explorer. This might help you to stay focused, curious, and perpetually excited amidst all those inevitable odds. And also, finding an intellectually stimulating, thriving community and friends might make you a happy researcher, philosopher, teacher, and student. So, I think nothing is more rewarding in academic scholarship than being able to move between these different roles seamlessly. So I personally feel that all ambitious research projects require trust, resource, and recognition of ideas. And India Alliance Fellowship has provided all this to me. It has been exceptional in highlighting my position in Indian academia and also helping me to establish my own research career. Most importantly, the stability, gesture, and support that I get from India Alliance helps me to work ambitiously, fearlessly, with a lot of mental peace to explore some non-conventional ideas of blending evolution, ecology, immunity, and disease. I think being able to model and test evolutionary processes directly in action and then find molecular and genetic processes which explain the adaptive evolution. Overall, it helps us to envision the grand view of humanity and life history evolving in front of our eyes in a full circle and expanding and extending its magic from organisms to molecules.